friends, welcome to our YouTube channel Naraj Academy. The main aim of this lecture is to discuss about the IES or ESA of electrical paper of the communication systems, which are the previous year questions of the IES or ESA in a very detailed manner. If you like the content of our channel, then please do like, share and subscribe our YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon button. So whenever we upload a new video, the direct notifications comes to your mobile. If any improvements needed in our video lectures, then please do comment in the comment section. We will definitely include all those improvements in the coming lectures. So why do we waste more time? So let's get started. So now we are going to solve the 51 question. See the question here. So a carrier is amplitude modulated by 4 signals of frequency 10 kilohertz, 15 kilohertz, 20 kilohertz and 25 kilohertz. So what is the bandwidth of the modulated signal? So this is nothing but a AM wave. So for this they have given a 4 message signals and also the carrier. So therefore we need to find what is the bandwidth in the S of t AM. We need to figure out. So what are the 4 options? Option B is the correct solution of this question. So let's solve this numerical. So in the question they are given the 4 message signals. These are the frequencies of the each and every message signal. So in this question we need to find what is the bandwidth of the S of t AM. We need to figure out. This is a AM modulation signal. So therefore the frequencies which are going to present this S of t AM is nothing but FC plus or minus FM1, FC minus FC plus or minus FM2, FC plus or minus FM3 and FC plus or minus FM4. So therefore there are 4 message signals. That is the reason these are the frequencies which are going to present in this S of t AM. So we need to find out of this all these frequencies the highest frequency is always you have to take a plus, and here FC plus FM max. So therefore if this is the message signal is maximum, if the message signal is frequency is maximum, then only they fetch highest frequency, and lowest frequency is equal to FC minus FM max. So when the FM max is higher, so therefore FC minus FM will be very much lower. So therefore the highest frequency is FC plus FM max and FL is equal to FC minus FM max. So therefore bandwidth is equal to highest frequency minus lowest frequency. So if you do that one, we are going to get 2 FM max is nothing but 2 times of maximum frequencies of all the message signals. So out of this all these message signals, whichever the frequency is maximum, that only we need to figure out. So out of this 10, 15, 20 and 25, the maximum message signal frequency is 25. So therefore 2 into 25 is equal to 50 kilohertz. So therefore the bandwidth is equal to the bandwidth of the S of t AM is 50 kilohertz. So now we are going to solve the 52nd question. See the question here. Match list or mathematical expression with the least 2 type of signals and select the correct answer using the codes given below the list. So here M1 of t, here Mi of t, I is equal to 1, 2 baseband message signals, and FC is equal to carrier frequency, and Mi of t cap is equal to Hilbert transform of Mi of t. So here they are given the list 1 and list 2. So from this the F1 is the expressions of the message signals, and we need to match with the correct of the thing. The signal belongs to which thing we need to figure out. So out of the 4 options, option A is the correct solution of this question. So let's solve this numerical. So here the expressions we are going to match with the quantity here. So therefore here S of t QCM is equal to, this is the AM of the quadrature carrier multiplexer, quadrature carrier modulation. The wave is here, the output of this wave is M1 of t cos omega ct plus M2 of t sin omega ct, where M1 of t and M2 of t are the message signals, and cos omega ct and sin omega ct are phase difference by the 90 degrees because of the Hilbert transform. So therefore S of t LSB is equal to, for lower sideband, the lower sideband means we have to take here plus. So therefore M1 of t, and here M1 of t cap is nothing but this is the Hilbert transform of the M1 of t, and cos omega ct and sin omega ct are replaced by 90 degree. So by using the Hilbert transform only we are going to make this phase difference. So these 2 outputs are now going to add, so we are going to get S of t LSB. In the same manner for the message signal M2 of t, same thing we have to do, but here we have to keep here negative sign. So therefore for upper side band we have to keep here negative, and for the lower side band we have to keep here positive. And similarly the DSB, S of t DSB is nothing but we need to do the product of the message signal and the carrier signal. So the message signal is M1 of t and the carrier signal is cos omega ct. So therefore these are the standard expressions for each and every quadrature carrier modulation, lower sideband, upper sideband and dual sideband. So now you are going to solve the 53rd question. See the question here. In the frequency modulation, if FM is the modulating frequency and delta F is maximum frequency deviation and B is bandwidth, then. So we need to find the relation between all these quantities. So out of the 4 options, option C is the correct solution of this question. So let's solve this numerical. So in the frequency modulation for the S of t AM, the bandwidth is theoretically the bandwidth is infinity, but practically we are going to use the formula which is the bandwidth for the S of t FM. This formula is given by the Carson, which is 2 times of delta F plus FM. But theoretically the bandwidth of S of t FM is very infinity, but this formula is given by the Carson, which is 2 into delta F plus FM, where delta F is called as a maximum frequency deviation. The formula is kf into FM, where Vm is the peak value of the message signal, and similarly FM is equal to message signal frequency or the modulating frequency, and beta. So beta is called as a delta F by FM. Delta F by FM is called as a beta, means beta is equal to maximum frequency deviation by the message signal frequency. The ratio is called as a modulation index. So therefore beta is called as a modulation index in the FM. So therefore now delta F is equal to beta into FM. So substitute here. So therefore delta F is equal to beta into FM. So I have substitute here, and FM I am going to take it as common. So therefore 2 into beta plus 1 into FM. So therefore finally we have two formulas for the bandwidth, which is 2 times of beta plus 1 into FM. So therefore these are the two formulas which are going to given for the bandwidth in the S of t FM by Carson. So therefore this is the required formula of the bandwidth of S of t FM. So here now we are going to solve the 54th question. See the question here. Let x of t is equal to 5 into cos of 50t plus sin 5t. Its instantaneous frequency in radians per second at t is equal to 0 as the value. So therefore we are going to find what is the angular frequency, means radians per second at t is equal to 0. We need to figure out. So what are the four options? Option C is the correct solution of this question. So let's solve this numerical. So this is the signal which is going the question. For this signal we need to find what is the angular velocity at t is equal to 0 instant. We need to figure out. So basically this is going to look like a cos omega t. This is nothing but a or Vm cos some theta. So this is the angle theta. So this is called as an angular displacement. So therefore theta of t is equal to 50t plus sin 5t, because it is depending on the time t. So therefore this is the angular displacements, but here angular velocity is nothing but differentiation of the angular displacement. So therefore we need to do the differentiation of this equation. So therefore 50t is nothing but 50 and sin 5t is nothing but 5 cos 5t. So therefore this is the differentiation of the sin 5t. So therefore this is the final differentiation of theta of t. We are going to get this one. So finally omega of t is equal to 50 plus 5 cos 5t, but we need to find what is the at t is equal to 0 instant. We need to figure out. So therefore in place of t substitute 0. So therefore cos 5 into 0 is nothing but cos 0. Cos 0 is 1. So therefore 5 into 1 is nothing but 5. So therefore 50 plus 5 is equal to 55 radians per second. So here first we need to find what is the angular displacement. From that we need to find what is the angular velocity by using the differentiation, and at particular instant by substituting that time, here we can figure out what is the value of the angular velocity at particular instant. So in this question the angular velocity at time t is equal to 0 is equal to 55 radians per second. So now we are going to solve the 55 question. See the question here. A FM wave uses a 2.5 volt 50 hertz modulating frequency, means the Vm is equal to 2.5 volt and FM is equal to 500 hertz, and has a modulation index of 50. So beta is equal to 50. So that the frequency deviation is. So therefore here we need to find what is the frequency deviation, means delta F. We need to figure out. This is nothing but FM wave. So therefore out of the four options, option D is the correct solution of this question. So let's solve this numerical. So this question belongs to the concept of the FM modulation. So therefore here the peak value of the message signal or the modulating signal is 2.5 volt, and the frequency of the message signal or modulating frequency is 500 hertz. So they also given the modulation index beta is equal to 50. So we need to find what is the frequency deviation. We need to figure out the basic relation between beta is equal to delta F by FM, but we need delta F. So therefore delta F is equal to beta into FM. Beta value we know, which is 50, and FM is 500 hertz. So therefore if we do the multiplication we are going to get 25,000 hertz. So therefore the amount of frequency deviation in the S of t FM is nothing but 25,000 hertz, and this is the correct solution of this question. And if you see carefully, the delta F is independent of the peak value of the message signal. It is going to depend only on the modulation index and the frequency of the message signal only. So this is a extra quantity they are given in the question. So finally amount of frequency deviation in the S of t FM is nothing but 25,000 hertz. So now we are going to solve the 56th question. So the question here, in TV transmission the modulation schemes for the video and audio respectively. So therefore in the TV transmission, so here for the audio and the video, what are the modulations we need to figure out. So what are the four options? Option C is the correct solution of this question. So let's solve this numerical. So basically the TV transmission is nothing but it is going to consist of the audio signal and the video signal. They both are synchronized. So if you see carefully here, for audio signal we are going to use the FM modulation, and for the video signal we are going to use the AM modulation, because the reasons are very simple here. For better audio signal at receiver we are going to use the FM modulation. So here for better audio signal at the receiver we are going to use the frequency modulation for the audio signal, and for lesser complex circuit at the receiver we are going to use the AM modulation for the video signals. So therefore this is a very important concept here. These things we are going to discuss in the AM and FM. So therefore for the video signals, because for using the less complex circuit, so for less complex circuit at receiver we are going to use the AM modulation for the video, and for better audio quality at the receiver we are going to use the FM modulation for the audio. So I have already told you, for audio means for better quality at the receiver we are going to use the FM modulation, and for the video, for lesser complex circuit at the receiver we are going to use the AM modulation. So here for audio the frequency range is 20 Hz to 20 kHz. So therefore the bandwidth is nearly 20 kHz for the audio range, and for the video range the frequency range is 0 to 5 MHz. So therefore the bandwidth of the video is nearly 5 MHz. And if you see carefully, the bandwidth of video is very higher than the bandwidth of the audio. So therefore here the bandwidth of video is very higher than the bandwidth of audio. So therefore for video we are going to use the AM modulation, and for the audio we are going to use the FM modulation. So now we are going to solve the 57th question. See the question here. Which one of the following statements is correct? 100% modulation of the carrier for the broadcast FM radio band is achieved when? So here 100% modulation is for the carrier is going to achieve in the FM. Then here how is going to achieve when? So what are the four options? Option C is the correct solution of this question. Means when the carrier frequency changes by plus or minus 75 kHz, then only we are going to get the 100% modulation for this AFM. So let us discuss this one. So therefore now the instantaneous frequency of the S of t FM is, which is summation of the FC plus delta F into cos 2 pi FMT, where delta F is called as a frequency deviation, and FC is called as the carrier frequency, and FM is called as a message signal frequency or the modulating frequency. So if you see careful, now I want to find what is the FCI, which is maximum. Maximum is plus. So this cos will be maximum value 1. So therefore FC plus delta F is the maximum value, and if you want to find what is the minimum value of this one, so cos minimum value is negative. So therefore minus 1. So therefore FC minus delta F is the minimum value. So if you want to find what is a carrier swing, so carrier swing is nothing but maximum minus minimum we need to figure out. So if we solve this one we are going to get 2 delta F. So 2 delta F is called as a carrier swing. Means so there is this much amount of change in the frequency we are going to get in the FCI of t. So therefore in 100% modulation, so whenever there is 100% modulation, so we are going to use delta F is equal to, means the maximum amount of frequency deviation in the FM is 75 kHz, and this is a value we need to use whenever there is no data which is provided in the delta F. So maximum amount of frequency deviation which is allowed in the FM wave is which is 75 kHz. And if you see carefully, FCI max is equal to FC plus, and FCI max is 100% modulation. So therefore delta F will be maximum. So therefore FCI max is equal to FC plus 75 kHz, and FCI minimum is equal to FC minus 75 kHz. So therefore the frequency, the carrier frequency is going to change by plus or minus 75 kHz in 100% modulation. So therefore we can conclude that in 100% modulation the carrier frequency is going to change by plus or minus 75 kHz in order to get the FCI max and the FCI minimum, means the maximum frequency and the minimum frequency in the S of t FM wave. So now we are going to solve the 50th question. See the question here. An FM signal which is modulated by a 4 kHz sine wave reaches a maximum frequency of 100.01 MHz and minimum frequency of 99.97 MHz. Then what is the one side frequency deviation of the signal? So if you see carefully, this is nothing but a FM signal, and they given the message signal frequency or the modulating frequency is 4 kHz, and they also know that the S of t FM is going to have a maximum frequency of 100.01 MHz and a minimum frequency of 99.97 MHz. So we need to find what is the delta F frequency deviation we need to figure out. So therefore here out of the four options, option D is the correct solution of this question. So let's solve this numerical. So in the question they are given the message signal of the moderating frequency is 4 kilohertz, and also they are given the maximum amount of frequency which is going to contain in the S of t FM is 100.01 megahertz, and the minimum frequency which is going to contain in the S of t FM is 99.97 megahertz. So we already discussed this one in the previous example only. So therefore FCI max is equal to FC plus delta F, and FCI minimum is equal to FC minus delta F. So therefore we need to find what is the delta F, frequency deviation we need to figure out. So therefore first equation minus second equation I am going to do. So therefore I am going to get final delta F is equal to FCI max minus FCI minimum by 2. So we know the value of FCI max, which is 100.01 megahertz, and FCI minimum is 99.97 megahertz by 2. And if you do this one, we are going to get 40 kilohertz by 2, is nothing but 20 kilohertz. So therefore the amount of frequency deviation in the S of t FM is 20 kilohertz. So now we are going to solve the 59th question. See the question here. Which one of the following factors is limited in case of FM? Means which is going to have a limited value, means more than that value we cannot use in the FM. So what are the four options? Option A is the correct solution of this question, maximum frequency deviation. So therefore there is a limit for the maximum deviation. So more than that frequency deviation we must not use in the FM. And so now let's solve this numerical. So theoretically the bandwidth of the FM is infinity because it is going to contain the infinity number of frequencies. So therefore by using the Carson's we are going to give us finite value for the bandwidth, which is bandwidth is equal to times of delta F plus FM. So therefore the bandwidth is directly proportional to the delta F. So therefore here FM is called as the message signal frequency or the modulating frequency, and delta F is called as the frequency deviation, and this is bandwidth is called the practical bandwidth for the FM wave which is given by the Carson. So therefore the bandwidth is directly proportional to the delta F. So therefore there is a limit for the bandwidth in the Carson. So therefore we can conclude that there is also a limit for the delta F. So therefore there is a limit for the delta F, frequency deviation. So therefore the amount of maximum frequency deviation which can occur in the S of t FM wave is nearly 75 kilohertz. So more than this value we must not go because the bandwidth will be further increased. That is the reason always the amount of maximum frequency deviation in the FM wave is 75 kilohertz, and this is called as a limit. More than this value we must not use. So therefore the only quantity which has a limit in the FM wave is which is frequency deviation. The maximum frequency deviation is 75 kilohertz. So this is the last question of this lecture. See the question here. If an FM wave is represented by the equation E is equal to 10 into sine of 9 into 10 to the power of 8t plus 4 into sine of 15t, then what is the value of the carrier frequency? So this is the equation of the FM wave. From this equation we need to find what is the value of the carrier frequency we need to figure out. So what are the four options? Option C is the correct solution of this question, which is 143.31 megahertz is the correct solution of this question. So let's solve this numerical. So this is the equation which is given for the FM wave, which is S of t FM is equal. This is the equation which is given in the question. So now we are going to compare this equation with the standard equation of the FM wave, which is Vc cos 2 pi fct plus beta into sin 2 pi fmt. This is a standard equation for the frequency modulation. So therefore if you see carefully, if you compare these both equations, we are going to get Vc is equal to 10 volt and 2 pi fc is equal to 9 into 10 to the power of 8. Here it can be sin or cos, no need to worry. The remaining things we need to take here, consider. So therefore here 2 pi fc is equal to 9 into 10 to the power of 8, and beta is equal to 4, and 2 pi fm is equal to 1500. So therefore 2 pi fc, so therefore we need fc only. So therefore fc is equal to 9 into 10 to the power of 8 by 2 pi. So then we are going to get fc is equal to 143.31 megahertz. And if you want to find what is the value of fm, so therefore fm is equal to 1500 by 2 pi, and if you solve this one we are going to get 238.7 hertz. So we can conclude that the carrier frequency is 143.31 megahertz and the message signal frequency is 238.7 hertz. And only this is the asked in the question. But if they ask what is the peak value of the carrier signal, is 10 volt and the modulation index is 4. So here this is the sine and this is the cos. No need to worry this one, but we are going to focus only on this one. So therefore by comparing we have got all these values. So finally I can conclude that the carrier frequency is nothing but 143.31 megahertz is the correct solution of this question. So by this lecture we have successfully completed the 60 questions which are the previous year questions of the IES or ESC of the communication systems in a very detailed manner. If you like the content of our channel, then please do like, share and subscribe our YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon button so whenever I upload a new video the direct notification comes on mobile. If any improvements needed in our lectures, then please do comment in the comment section. We will definitely include all those improvements in the coming lectures. Thank you so much for watching this lecture. Keep smiling, take care and bye bye.